Clinton's email stream surged again this week. Newly released emails from her tenure as Secretary of State raised questions about the relationship between the Clinton Foundation and the State Department. The conservative watchdog group Judicial Watch released 296 pages of emails that it obtained through the Freedom of Information Act, including 44 that it says were not previously handed to the State Department by Clinton. In one of those emails, Clinton Foundation official Doug Band lobbied Hillary's aides to get somebody a State Department job, saying it was, quote, important to take care of the person, whose name was redacted. Hillary aide Uma Abedin then responded, quote, personnel has been sending him options. In another email, Band directs her aides to put Lebanese-Nigerian billionaire and Clinton Foundation donor Gilbert Shigori in contact with the State Department's, quote, substance person on Lebanon, calling him, quote, a key guy there and to us and is loved in Lebanon, very IMP important. Abedin gave the name of Jeffrey Feltman, then U.S. ambassador to Lebanon. Feltman now says he was never contacted. The Trump campaign says these emails are evidence of Clinton being corrupt. Clinton's campaign says the emails didn't relate to her work at the Clinton Foundation. Also, a CNN investigation has found that Cheryl Mills, a top State Department aide to Hillary Clinton, interviewed job candidates for a top job at the Clinton Foundation. So who's right? Joining me now, both points of view, Lanny Davis, who served as special counsel to President Bill Clinton from 1996 through 1998, and Peter Schweizer. Peter's the author of Clinton Cash, the untold story of how and why foreign governments and businesses helped make Bill and Hillary rich, which just came out in graphic novel form. Peter, let me start with you. First question is, isn't this all too damn confusing to permeate the consciousness of voters? This is not Watergate, which was a break-in. We all get that. This is more Whitewater, which was much more confusing.
Yeah, I mean, complexity is a problem here, but in very simple terms, this is the way that I think people need to think about it. We all know that in politics, a guy on Wall Street raises money for a candidate, sometimes because they want access and they want favors. But federal law prevents foreign nationals from doing that. If you're a guy like Gilbert Shigori, you cannot put money in a campaign to get access because we don't want foreign entities getting access and influencing our policymakers. The Clinton Foundation and the Bill Clinton speaking fees are a way around that. That's why you have guys like Gilbert Shigori, Frank Schuster, and others sending them large checks. So we now have influencing our policies and getting favors and access foreign oligarchs, not just American businesses and citizens.
In the case of Shigori, let's drill down on that example. What's wrong with someone who has Lebanese expertise wanting to be a contributor to our State Department? On the surface, is that not a good thing?
Well, I don't think he is being suggested because of his Lebanese expertise. He's being suggested because he's a major Clinton Foundation donor. By the way, he's somebody with a criminal record, convicted in Switzerland for aiding and abetting a criminal enterprise and money laundering because he had this slight problem. He helped the Nigerian dictator Abacha smuggle billions of dollars out of the country into Swiss bank accounts. And he's also very controversial in Lebanon. He does not represent a mainstream view of Lebanese opinions. So, let's be honest. He is being forwarded by Doug Band from the Clinton Foundation to Abedin as somebody who's a key person because he's giving the Clintons money. And I think anybody who suggests otherwise is either being naive or just not being honest.
I think you're referring to that part of the Doug Band email which says, with regard to Gilbert Shigori, he's key guy there and to us. What's meant in your mind? What is meant when he uses the words that he's a key guy to us?
Well, I think he's talking about the Clintons and he's talking about the Clinton Foundation. Look, Barack Obama, in his wisdom, insisted on a couple of key things as for Hillary Clinton to become Secretary of State, and it was spelled out in a memorandum of understanding. Number one, they were to disclose all contributions on an annual basis from the Clinton Foundation. We now know they didn't do that. There's more than 1,000 foreign donors. We don't know their names. We don't know how much they've given to the Clintons. Part of the agreement, number two, that there would be no overlapping of the Clinton Foundation and the State Department. Abedin, Hillary Clinton's top aide at the State Department, was also on the payroll of the Clinton Foundation at the same time. So us, refers to the Clinton apparatus, and what you saw was a melding of the Clinton Foundation with the State Department.
But, Peter, in this instance, you've got Doug Band at the Clinton Foundation. I'm trying to keep it very simple for viewers who might not have gotten into the weeds thus far. Band is saying to the State Department, hey, give this guy access, this guy meaning Gilbert Shigori, but Shigori never got a meeting. So what's the big deal?
Well, here's what I say. There's going to be more emails coming out. I've seen some of them. And look, call me skeptical, but Team Clinton does not have a great track record of telling the truth on the emails. All you need to do is look at the FBI director's testimony of the repeated deceptions and lies. So, count me skeptical when they come up and say, oh, well, there wasn't a meeting or this never happened. This is precisely why we need to have an independent investigation into this. As I've taught my kids, and I'm sure other people did too, if you tell your kids, when you're young, if you lie repeatedly, people are not going to believe what you're saying later on. And that's part of the problem that Hillary Clinton has right now.
Final question for you. You just told me that I think you just said that you've seen some emails that have not yet been released. Do tell.
I can't. These were obtained by Citizens United and by Judicial Watch. They did the heavy lifting, but they relate to the Clinton Foundation, and it's going to be further evidence of this overlap. I'm not trying to tease you, Michael. It's just they did the work for it, and they are the ones that should release it and get the attention.
Sounds like more to come. Peter Schweizer, thank you.